Hey you guys, good morning. How are you? Welcome to day one of Unleash Your Nourishment Goddess. I am so excited for this series and I want to kind of set some framework today. After some adventures with the tripod, we are live. It's always a fun time. So as you're joining, say hello, let me know that you're here. If you don't know me yet, I am Amanda Heisman. I'm a nourishment channel, an energy embodiment coach, and an intuitive eating teacher. I'll tell you a little bit about what I do while I set the framework for Unleash Your Nourishment Goddess. Super excited about this series we're going to do this week and what we're going to be talking about and the way it brings a lot of different aspects of nourishment and my work together. Hey Whitney, good to see you. So, as I said, I am a nourishment channel, an energy embodiment coach, and an intuitive eating teacher, and I help women create joyful and easy relationships with food, with their body, and with themselves. And I do that in a lot of different ways, but ultimately, a lot of what I love to do is teach intuitive eating. I love to help people move away from the energy of diet and restriction. Hey, which is kind of like in a box. It's kind of energetically, I see it very, there's not a lot of space there. It's very limited thinking. It's very limited way of being. And into the universal energy of nourishment, which is really open and free and pleasurable, divine, sacred. You know, I like to call it our sacred birthright to be really well nourished every single day, every time we put any food in our bodies or any nourishment in our souls, so to speak. So that's what I do. If you've seen me whether this is the first time you're seeing me, hey Nicole, thanks for joining, or you've been around for years, you'll know that what I consider what I do, a lot of what I do is kind of sloughing off cultural conditioning, kind of releasing these societal norms that have just only become normal at this point in human history, to things like having a struggle with our relationship with food. Or our bodies, right? So it may feel, a lot of what I'm doing can initially seem a little out there, but a lot of what I do, I feel like is actually bringing in our ancient knowing, right? Is actually a lot closer to what maybe our ancestors would have done to nourish themselves and the mindset and heart set they would have been in around nourishment, not making it this big crazy thing. So while it may be counterculture right now in today's society, you know, counterculture to what we experience in 2019, I really feel that for our human psyche, for our human physiology, for our human spirit, it's not at all. It's actually the most natural, the most ancient way of nourishing ourselves. Hey Cherie, hey Carrie, thanks for joining day one, Unleash Your Nourishment Goddess. So I'm just setting the framework here of what the heck I'm talking about. Sorry. Tripod problems. Of what the heck I'm talking about and why I'm talking, like what's a nourishment goddess and what is Amanda talking about now? Hey, good to see you guys. Definitely give me a shout as you're watching the replay. Say replay love in the comments below or let me know you're here live with me. So we're going to be doing this. So that's who I am and what I do. And we're going to be doing this all week long at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern time, Monday through Thursday, and then an hour later on Friday. So I'm going to be here jamming with you guys, and I'm just setting the framework now. So if you've seen some of my past work, you've seen, again, back to this counterculture thing, because I really want to kind of set the framework and let it land a little bit. So if you've seen, some of you have been involved in my intuitive eating program. That was kind of my answer to the way all these different dietary theories come up. And while there's some beauty to be had, there's some progress to be made maybe with diets. In the long term, I'm talking about a relationship with ourselves and our eating and our food that doesn't require restriction or diets or this rule or that rule, right? Really moving away from the shoulds and into a relationship so intimate with ourselves that we just know what nourishes ourselves, right? So in a way, this is, we're looking outward for answers over here, and we're looking inward over here. We're taking back our power. We are, we're very sovereign to nourish ourselves. There's that kind of rising within of that knowing. So that intuitive eating program was my answer to kind of all the craziness in the nutrition industry. And then I also did some of you were involved in the holistic detox. That was my answer to all the trendy cleanses out there. The holistic detox was great because it brought in pieces of traditional Chinese medicine and the ways we supported the organs with herbs and different things. And inevitably, we supported the emotional detox that inevitably comes up with a physical one, right? And in my embodiment game, we used song and dance to really let my nourishment mantras sink in. So the nourishment mantras are going to be part of Unleash Your Inner Nourishment Goddess. They're also part of the embodiment game. They came originally, I downloaded a dozen nourishment mantras or intuitive eating mantras for the intuitive eating program. And they're these answers to kind of these common, like they're reframes, I guess. They're reframes to the different things we see out there that things like I'm open to new ideas of nourishment. And I recognize the innate wisdom of the divine in me. I'm sovereign to nourish my unique body. Anything I choose or don't choose is simply research. We're going to be calling on these again. But the embodiment game used song and dance. So whenever you see me, not your average nutritionist, right? I'm out there doing all these things. But all that to say, I truly believe that they are more in line than ever with our natural state of being, that they help us get into that inner state of knowing. And so that being said, any questions about that, let me know. But that being said, with the cleanses and with bringing up the emotions and things like that, I've been doing this for over 5 years now. And the trend that I always noticed with my clients was it always went deeper than what we were eating, right? There was always some sort of psychological or emotional root to why we were doing the things we're doing, right? There always is, not just with what we eat, but with anything, with our behavior, with anything, right? So this is the first time in this upcoming program that I am bringing a piece of my work normally reserved for my private clients into a group format setting. So this is another tool, this shamanic energy work, that is just helping bring that subconscious to the conscious forefront. That's really it, right? So when I say you have a nourishment goddess, like unleash her, embrace her, let her kind of run the show, it's helping you put form to that innate knowing inside of you, to that, you have an innate knowing, an intuition, an intuitive deva of deliciousness, I called her, right? Yes, I love your program, says Sheree. Thanks. Yes, I love having you. I love them too. But you have that innate knowing. You have that nourishment goddess. You have that deva of deliciousness. You have whatever you want to call it. If you think my terms are crazy and woo, pick one of your own. You have a genius inside of you, a genius. IQ, EQ, off the charts sort of genius. Who knows? I just want to nail that down because we doubt ourselves so much, right? But we often second guess that wisdom that comes up because of what we've been fed in the programming, and societal programming, okay? So you have that, And this is just bringing it out. This is another way to bring it out. And so all of those programs I talked about were little slices, little ways to do it. Now, I've been blessed for the last nearly 4 years to use shamanic energy work to experience it with my coach. And now is the time that I'm bringing it forth in my work in this way. So you can think of it as nutrition science meets food psychology meets energy work. And so what is it? Like, what am I talking about? So when I say we're going into trance, or we're going to go on a shamanic journey, a shamanic nourishment journey, and meet your nourishment goddess, what does that look like? So it's not, I'll tell you what it's not first. It's not at odds with anyone's religion. When I say it's spiritual work, it's using universal energies and the humans, going into the human psyche and the human heart and the human energy centers. It is not against anyone's religion. It is not, summoning spirits or any sort of evil energies or anything like that. I just want to make that really clear. What it is peeling back going into the subconscious mind. So we enter an altered state of consciousness. You might know this as theta state, if you've heard of that, where your brain waves kind of do a different thing. It's kind of like a meditative state, right? So you could, if you're familiar with guided meditations or guided journeys like that, it kind of feels like that, like a guided visualization, except it's so much more because you are in this altered state of consciousness. And that will give you, hey Michelle, hey Alfredo, hello from Rome, good to see you guys. That will give you information that we can bring into the conscious, extrapolate, process, and then translate, if you will, into actual nutritional recommendations. So that's a little bit about what it is and how this is the most effective way I've found to really get to the root. Like, I've done it in different layers, in different ways, and this has really helped my clients kind of bring so much forth that we can then extrapolate through journaling and through this and through that. But that's what it is. What questions do you guys have for me? Before, we're going to do just a little exercise, and then tomorrow we're going to actually take you're going to get a little glance at what 2 men in a truck are going by. I don't know if you can hear it. I can. At what a mini nourishment journey. Tomorrow we're going to do that, but I wanted to kind of set the frame today. What questions do you guys have? Awesome. I don't see any questions. So I'm going to do a little exercise here. Once again, these journeys and these exercises to kind of manage our own mind, our own spirit, our own energy with regards to how we eat and how we treat our bodies on this earth, our bodies, our chosen vehicles during this lifetime. A lot of what we've been taught, again, outside of ourselves, is not conducive to the human psyche. It's not conducive to the human physiology. It's not conducive to the human spirit. So during this week, I'd ask you to just kind of take like a beginner's mind, to just kind of be willing to kind of take off any long-standing beliefs, if you will, that you may not even realize you're holding, and just be open to new ideas. Because we're bringing in things that are really nourishing to the human spirit, to the human psyche, to the human physiology. And I'd ask you to be really compassionate with yourself as you do this, in the same way you would be uber compassionate to, a dog who was just rescued from a lifetime of abuse, right? I know that example may seem extreme, but a lot of the programming we've gotten has been really abusive. So, and I don't use that word lightly. So, with that being said, let's just get a little taste of trance and setting, framing the energy for the week, okay? So if you are in get in a comfortable position, whatever that looks like for you. Awesome, Cherie, let me know. Feet on the floor maybe, or bum on the floor, just however feels wonderful and comfortable for you. But you kind of want to make sure your spine is up straight. And close your eyes and have open palms on your lap. Just start to breathe a little deeper. Long, slow breaths, and kind of letting go of whatever you're in the middle of, whatever your to-do list for the day. I just want to go through the exercise of kind of managing your energy. So with a strong intention, I want you to call your energy back to you. So oftentimes our energy kind of runs outside of us. It kind of leaks out, it spreads out, it scatters about with work projects, with kids, with loved ones. It can be behind us, kind of reminiscing about the past or regretting the past. It can be out kind of running out in front of us, thinking or worrying about the future. What I want you to do in your mind's eye and with a strong intention is just kind of slurp it back into your body. So see it kind of coming back from those people, from those situations, and just let it settle into your skin, and even more specifically, into your midline. When I say that, I mean the central column of your body that runs from your crown right down to your perineum, your root, follows the energy centers or the chakras of the body, follows the spinal cord. I want it to kind of, you can slurp it all in, and you can see it kind of just pull into your bones, to your skeletal frame. Yeah. And you can feel the shift. You can feel the power. You can feel the difference in your body and in your energy there. So right here, I want us to just do a breathing exercise and continue to hold your energy in without letting it kind of leave your frame. So this is one simple but powerful minute of breathing, where we breathe in for 4, hold at the top for 7, and then out for 8. And we do this 4 times. So in, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, out, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, in, 2, 3, 4, and continue on your own count. Hold. Finish the round you're on. And then see if you can kind of just drop into your heart and take 3 deep breaths there. You can put your hand or finger there if that helps you. Kind of direct the energy and the breath. And then on your last breath, expand it back into your whole body again. And then open your eyes when you're ready. Awesome. So that was simple framework and simple calling your energy right back. Tomorrow we'll do more of a mini nourishment journey. Today I wanted you to get familiar with your own energy, with your own breath, with your own stillness, of recognizing where inward we're turning for those answers, where inward we're turning for that divine knowing. And then I would invite you to just do a couple little, consider these like journaling questions, or to consider throughout the day, if I did, consider the possibility, right? You're welcome, Nicole. If I did have a nourishment goddess, what would she be like? What would she look like? What would she feel like? What would she taste like? You know, start considering the possibilities of what your nourishment goddess would be like. What would her name be? What is possible? What information is possible to come from her? So just start asking yourself those questions to start to open the mind and the heart up. And we're gonna go there tomorrow morning, my morning. I know people are joining from all over. Hey, Teresa's in Germany. It's evening there. Nicole says that was awesome. Thank you. You're welcome. So we're going to go there tomorrow. As you're watching the replay, any questions, let me know. Drop them in the comments. And as we go throughout the week, I'll be sure to let you know more information about the program starting June 11th. That's in another week and a day, another 8 days, which is 5-week program that will have 5 mini teachings, collective nourishment journeys, post-journey laser coaching, and then 5 Q&A sessions for mentorship as well. A dedicated Facebook group for processing, and we're already pre-gaming over there, so come on over for even more support. And all calls were live via Zoom or Facebook Live, and then the recordings are available to save. So spots in that are $555. Payment plans are available for 2 of $297. Any questions, let me know. I'm just going to leave you with feedback from Becky after she went through my last program here, my last group program. She says, I discovered how old habits, childhood trauma, and adult health issues affected my relationship with food and feelings. It gave me the power and strength to release and to process the judgment around myself and those experiences, and to find the lessons and move forward. For the first time, I felt like I was in charge of making my own choices for my body, not some old way of thinking or a trendy diet or what someone else or society thinks I should do. Just me, my body, my choice. That was a beautiful feedback from Becky Bones. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and if not, I will see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. Sending you guys so much love. Mwah.